So let's start with the name AMUAKAKEM or AMUAKAKEM. This isn't a name that found or pulled from a mythology or made up. It came through direct ritual work with Aul Fatak, which himself revealed. And as you know, I like to think that I'm the very definition of going back to Hokma, coming back to Bina, and over again. So I'm going back to the source as one, come back as many. So what does this mean? That you experience, that you go do the thing, come back master, come back with a grasp and understanding of things, this is a virtue that I greatly put emphasis on, because it isn't just a feeling, it isn't just a hokma, it is also understanding it is also having a tangible object in your mind of what it is, of who is the spirit, which this is Bina, which this will descend into Kesed, into wisdom, into grace that will influence your Gebura, your actions, your strength in the real world. Now, I'll go later on the other 5 or 6 versions of his name that I played around with. But in this video, I will go in the surface why I chose AMUAKAKEM. Now, the first aspect of his name, Amu, echoes the Hebrew word for people, Am, but also a mother, meaning M, which is another possibility which I explored before, but will stick to Am, meaning people and nationhood. Now, it carries a strange tension between origin and nation, between personal and the collective. It is like saying this voice was born from within us, but also judges us. It knows well to flatter. Now the second part of his name, Kakim, is harder to translate, but also it has a strong root structure. It connects to the Hebrew word kum, which means to rise, to stand, and also carries the tones of corrosion and internal burning. So Gagem can mean he who rises from decay, the one who stands from the rot. This implies a leadership figure, like the masses fall and rot and one stands and leads them, which is exactly what AMUAKAKEM showed me and how he portrays himself. That's why he manifests and chooses his symbol to be a Moses-like figure. A figure that leads his people from exile, from Mitzrayim. So he literally manifests as an old man standing upon the cliff. His mouth is burning, and to his right side there is a seraphim, a fiery angel, that sits and witnesses his speech. Which this is also the meditation object that I like to use when I'm working with him. So in my personal workings, I don't just call AMUAKAKEM. I synchronize a lot of aspects, a lot of workings to connect to an deity. So this is literally like Bina coming back to Hokma, the many coming back to one. Which also this shows effort. This is also shows Gembura, and through grace, Kesed, go to Bina, and back to Hokmah, over and over again. And from Hokmah, you gain a new understanding, a new knowledge, and you do it again. So, in my workings with him, I use the name Buddha's law meditate of the Platonic to the Platonic form of AMUAKAKEM. What is it to be like AMUAKAKEM? He is the one who stands. He is the leader. So if you're the leader, you must be the tip of the spear. The one who knows, the one that foresees what's coming. I would also synchronize myself with the image of the burning Moshe, while also speaking his name, having the very clear Hokmah of AMUAKAKEM that I accumulated through the many meditations. Now, what I mean by Hokmah in that sense is the distinct and unique energy of this particular spirit. Like you know, when you are working with spirits, you know that this is a Zezek, this is Asmodeus, this is an impostor. You know this, and AMUAKAKEM has a distinct, like an orb within me, which I focus on. Now, putting the name of AMUAKAKEM together gives us something like he who rises within the people through fire to speak judgment, which is exactly how he functions. His name isn't decorative. It's a force of motion. When you say it, especially in ritual, it doesn't label him. It summons the faction, and in a Platonic theurgic way, integrates him within your being. You don't just call to AMUAKAKEM, you become his equal.